I really had no home. My things were pretty much just packed, but I had nowhere to go. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and yeah, like my video, like other videos too. I'm trying to grow.
I said 5 in the morning, I wake up to 5 for my eyes. If you're in my
Good morning. Sorry, this thing is paining my neck. I'm so remove it and just use a little scarf. But still, hi, good morning. I'm about to do a get ready with me, but like skincare edition. I'm not trying to do makeup and talk about one or two things because I must film while I'm here. Yeah, I hope you stick with me and have this, you know, cute little chat that I'm supposed to do in about 15 minutes with you. I think this is the best position for this get ready with me. My hair doesn't like staying in place, so I'm also going to remove the scarf and look cute. Oh, my lips are chappy. Hold on. There are some things I feel like they're relevant to talk about that happened to me in my 20s, that because I'm 26 this year, so I'm in my mid-20s proper, and I've got some tests. Oh lord. Anyway, that's besides the point. So I'm going to start with this. Ever since I started using this thing, I've loved it, right? It's the Nivea Perfect and Radiant Even to 3-in-1 micellar water thing. So I always use it just to wake up my skin. So I feel like it's just so dry, and use AC. Honestly, I think I can reduce this, but I cannot find the place. Actually, it's there. But please, anytime I go to a new country, I don't want to keep touching things. It's different when it's my country because I know that electrician is behind there. I can call. But here in life, I suppose something and they'll come and tell me $100. I don't have $100 to give them. Remember the neck, guys. Anyway, I'm going to talk about how, from the title, how I was homeless in Lagos for about a month plus. It's not something I chose, it's something that happened because of the house I was in. So between like 7 months, I was moving houses. Like I moved to like 2 new houses. So I was in a house, I moved to one other one. I stayed for 1 month, it wasn't given. So I moved to another one, I stayed there for 6 months. But during the 6 months, I saw hell, right? From water being brown, like when I mean brown, like this kind of color brown, muddy brown, to having light issues. So one of the houses, like they didn't give me lights for a month, so they used to give me only like gen lights from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. so I needed to work. That time I was even a 9 to 5, so it was hell for me. Anyway, so one day I woke up and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm spending like 300k. I'll put the equivalent for people that are not in Nigeria. 300k every month paying for a house that is giving me muddy water. That even the muddy water, you have to go downstairs to fetch it because it wasn't coming upstairs. So the house would look decent from outside. If you come, you'd be like, nice environment, nice this, nice that. Because I moved there because I was thinking that it was going to give now, like based on environment, but it wasn't given. It wasn't given, to be honest. So I let go of that house. There are more other things that happened, right? With just them coming to say things like diesel has finished and you have to, you know, pay extra. On top of that, about 300k for us to have more diesel. And it's like, I'm barely bringing that out because I quit my job, by the way, because of something during that period. So I do not have like random money, so I people were helping me pretty much after some time, right, with money and all of that. Like apart from my own funds, after a while, people were also helping me, and I do not want anybody to help me anymore. The next thing I'm just going to use, I'm not sure this thing can stick. It's glycolic acid from The Ordinary. Anyway, I just said that I couldn't do it anymore because my sister was with me throughout the journey and she was leaving, so that meant like I was on my own, or I was going to be on my own, and I couldn't just stay there again because it was honestly, at some point I had a depressive episode, but I always have a depressive episode. I'd lived in Ireland. I'm living 4 houses on the island, and it did not make sense. I pretty much now said, let me go and move to the mainland now. So I also had some, again, money issues based on the fact that I quit my job and some other things, and being a freelancer is hell. My mother was supposed to help me with the money to pay for the new house, but something happened and that did not work out, right? So I needed to stay somewhere because I'd already told those people I was moving out. 2 things I learned from, like, being homeless in Lagos, because I really had no home. My things were pretty much just packed, but I had nowhere to go. But my friend said I could stay with her for a bit while I figured it out. So I stayed for about a month, which was the first thing that I would say that I learned from this is that, well, I knew, but I learned more, like it resonated, was that you need community to thrive. Community is not something that I think people should take for granted. Like, while I was in this position, people paid, like people gave me money to, include in my house rent. People bought me things to cheer me up. My friend offered a house for me to stay, opened a house for me to like eat in it, like just different things. My friends sent me words of encouragement from here and there. So like all of these things summed together pretty much helped me to keep going on. Because without them, honestly, I would have fallen apart. I was falling apart already, but I would have fallen to the point where I had nothing, right? So these little things here and there, and like some people would just be checking on me, like that's their work. Every Friday you will see them, have you gotten a new house? What can we do? Even if it's not that, can we buy something? Can we do this? Can we do that? So when you enter, you have this. So I found that very, very nice, and like that was the only reason I kept going on. And I feel like in situations like that, instead of drawing away from community, because my first instinct was to run away because I felt ashamed, right? So but instead of doing that, people in my community sort of like they camped around me. But I think because they knew the kind of person I was, they sort of did not make it feel like they were strangling, like killing me with love, right? They gave me space to breathe while still checking on me. So, and that really, really helped me during my state of homelessness. So I use this thing that is a moisturizer and sunscreen. It's from Boots. It's called Sultan, which helps you, like, it's sunscreen, but it's also a moisturizer. So in case you don't want to use 2 things and feel like you're hot, you can use it. But on some days before it, I just use a tiny moisturizer from Simple because it gives it an extra moisture. Yeah. And the second thing that I learned, sometimes this thing is very important. Sometimes horrible things will happen to you and you can't stop it, right? So I thought I did everything right, moving out, saving money, getting a place, trying to get a place that is according to my budget, blah blah blah, just like all those things. But honestly, sometimes horrible things like homelessness still happen. When I'm in homelessness, it's not like, I'm not talking like people on the street, I'm just talking like not having somewhere to go, because I really did not have somewhere to go, and I contemplated going back to Port Harcourt, which is where I was born and bred. So this is what I do, the 3-finger rule. Sometimes horrible things will really, really happen to you, and there's nothing you can do. You can't stop it from happening. All you can do is just try and, I don't want to say pray, but all you can pray if you're religious, but like all you can do is just find things that will help you move through it, right? So mine is usually work, right? But work was not working out, so I had to find other things to do. So at some point for a few weeks I wasn't really doing anything. I was just sulking and crying and waking up every day. I even left the relationship I was in because it felt like a lot in that moment because of everything I was going through. Well, I see I'm shining like a baby. But yeah, that's pretty much it, right? Just find things that can help you feel better in that moment. So I started reading again in that moment because it just helps me feel good and disappear from my current situation. So that's what can happen, right? Just hold on to something that will make you feel less horrible, because I felt horrible, like, and it was not going anywhere. These things will happen, but I'm not saying that the joys also will not happen, right? Just know that one day joy will come back to you. Life is not a, sorry, I have to do my neck. Life is not something that is one way. Like, it won't stay horrible forever, right? Good things will also happen to you. You just have to, I don't say wait it out, but you really just have to wait it out, and eventually it will happen. That's pretty much this gist that I put on this camera to gist while doing my skincare. I'm done. Please subscribe to my channel. 15 minutes is almost up. Jesus Christ. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and yeah, like my video, like other videos too. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to take YouTube seriously. Please, like, this time I'm not actually just playing with it. Like, I'm trying to actually make it my thing to be a YouTuber, because I feel like I enjoy it, and why not? So please subscribe, like my videos, share my videos, so we'll grow. Oh, something happened, right? You know, I'm always saying that, like, oh, YouTube, I don't care, views, blah blah blah. So someone, an Uber driver, actually, you know, I don't know if he's going to watch it, but like, he subscribed to my channel, right? And he was like, oh wow, you're actually getting views. And me, in my small bubble, always thinking that I never have views because it's tiny, right? In that moment, I felt appreciative of, like, you know, the community that I have. So thank you so much for always watching, and I hope you keep coming back. And I won't take a break again, well, unless life should slap me. But apart from that, thank you so much for coming back, and see ya.